What's going on, guys? I'm Miles,
And I'm Anthony.
and today we're going to be talking about some pretty cool topics that we came up with regarding Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, such as like what our favorite controllers are to use in the game, how we got into the game in the first place, and also
Some of the newcomers too, and definitely going over some of the competitive aspects and casual aspects.
yeah. So sit back, enjoy, and let's get discussing. So, how did you first get into Smash?
So I had an N64 as a little kid, but since I was too little, I didn't really know what I was doing or anything.
Right.
But then we got the GameCube, and that was, when Melee came out. Melee was life then.
Mm-hmm.
So I was nonstop all the time playing Melee with my friends, my brother, my dad, my mom, everybody. It was come home, play some Melee,
Right.
and then Brawl, and then just fell in love with it from there.
Gotcha. Yeah, for the same thing for me. I started out on the Nintendo 64 classic Super Smash Bros. And honestly, it's probably one of the best party games ever created. Like,
Oh, for sure.
just the amount of fun times I had playing with my friends and family. N64 Smash was great. Then I moved over to Melee, then Brawl. But then after Brawl was when I started to, kind of lie low from playing Smash. I haven't really played, some of the newer stuff that came out. That is until Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
I gotta agree. Everybody has Ultimate.
Yeah.
Everybody's been wanting a Switch, and whoever has a Switch now has Ultimate.
Right.
Some people who just bought Switches for Ultimate.
Right.
And I would have to say too, Smash 4 was definitely the time I got really into the competitive scene. I started following it. I started realizing that Smash was a competitive game.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and watched Melee competitive, and it just only grew my love for the game even more.
Right. All right, so now that we talked about our favorite controllers to use in Smash and a little bit of the nostalgia that we had in the past playing the previous Smash games, who do you think is your favorite character to play in Smash?
I've got to go with Shulk. Even though he's not at the top of the tier list, I think he's still up there. He definitely made a jump from where he was from Smash 4.
Okay.
And that is in part due to the Monado wheel, that you don't have to cycle through every single Monado art now
Right.
to get to like one. Big improvement on him. So, and his forward air is still really good. His nair is still really good. He still has a pretty decent recovery that's kind of hard to punish. Shield is even better. They made Buster even better. Smash is better. Jump is better. And they especially made Speed Monado art better.
Yeah, Shulk has a
You
full
go-
arsenal.
You go faster, and all your moves even feel faster. You can auto cancel your nair faster,
Mm-hmm.
and that just definitely moves them up and up and up and up.
Gotcha. My personal favorite character would probably have to be Zero Suit Samus. I know she's kind of like a wild card because I don't really know how well she was in the previous games because, like I said before, I haven't really played the previous ones before Smash Ultimate came out, besides the ones that I've already said. But Zero Suit Samus I find to be a very fun character to play. I mean, she's fast, she's aggressive. Just the amount of combos you can do. Her up B is insane. My friends always get pissed at me when I use the up B. But yeah, she's just really fast, very aggressive, and those are honestly the characters that I personally like to play.
She was a top tier in Smash 4.
Oh, she was?
She was seeing so much competitive play.
Nice.
So much.
Nice.
She did get nerfed recently. Her forward, her side smash.
Okay.
Her side smash definitely got nerfed a little bit in the knockback. I think her up B got nerfed as well.
Okay.
Which still a little unfortunate, but she's still top tier.
Okay, yeah. I mean, and honestly, she's bad.
So for Smash Ultimate, what's your favorite controller? Because we've got the Pro controller, we've got the dual Joy-Cons, we've got single Joy-Con, which we can both agree is terrible.
Right.
And then we have the GameCube controller. So what's your favorite?
My personal favorite, even though I have, like when I guess Brawl came out, that was for the Wii, if I'm correct. I used the Wii remote, but honestly, now that I finally have Smash as my own game, because Brawl wasn't at the time, I go with the classic GameCube controller, because the GameCube controller is just filled with a lot of nostalgia. Also, the buttons are easy to press on, it's very flexible. I personally it's more of like a nostalgia and personal preference sort of thing with this controller. I do agree that the Pro controllers are, they're pretty nice, but I would say that the GameCube controller is probably my best bet is as far as like if I'm playing with like friends or trying to do multiplayer competitive. I would say that the GameCube controller is probably the best thing to go with.
I have to agree in every sense. I've played with the GameCube controller ever since Melee came out, and even when Brawl came out, I was still using the GameCube controller for the Wii. And then for Smash 4, I bought the adapter just so I could use my GameCube controller.
Yeah.
I bought a USB-C to USB to actually plug into the bottom of the Switch,
Right.
so I can use my GameCube controller.
Yeah, and it's pretty pricey just to use that controller, but I mean it's well worth it in the end.
It really is. I do like the Pro Controller though.
Mhm.
I have to say that is something good that Nintendo made.
Yeah.
Because it feels and like it's set up more like an Xbox controller too. So people who mainly play Xbox and PlayStation can transition easier, and it's more accessible to play the game with them.
Mhm.
And it's great, as opposed to trying to get them to learn the Joy-Cons or the GameCube controller.
Right. So Super Smash Bros. Ultimate actually has a quote-unquote adventure/story mode, so to speak, right, called World of Light. What are your thoughts on World of Light?
I was really, really excited for World of Light, and don't get me wrong, it was good. But I was hoping for something a little more like Subspace Emissary from Brawl, because that was such a cool adventure. You could play with any character you want. You had all these cool new enemies, these cool environments, the cutscenes too.
Yeah,
That was
what everybody
that was
mentions.
definitely what sold me, was the cutscenes.
Mm-hmm.
But so we don't exactly have a story mode. But on the other hand, too, World of Light is kind of like an event mode, but you can't replay it like event mode.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of break it with the spirits.
Yeah.
I found myself using, as soon as I unlocked Little Mac,
Yeah.
I found myself using something that just made me giant
Right.
and just playing Little Mac, and I was just throwing out side smashes and just cheesing the entire game like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't challenge you like event mode, but it's not story driven like adventure mode. It was fun, but not exactly what I was looking for.
Yeah, I got you. I personally enjoy World of Light, but it did become a little bit tedious because every single spirit that you come across, we're different in some cases compared to the other opponents, but there are also other times where some of the encounters you had with certain spirits would basically kind of like be the same, so it kind of became a tedious manner, collecting these spirits, moving around the board just to get up to the bosses and whatnot. But I personally really enjoyed it. I ended up collecting all of the spirits on the board, to get that true ending, so to speak.
Oh, yeah.
And I spent around probably, by the time I finished it, it was probably like 40 to 45 hours into it, right? Yeah, I wouldn't really say that World of Light probably has a lot of replay value. Once you beat it, you're kind of done, you know what I'm saying? So, but it was fun while it lasted. I personally enjoyed it. It's just I wish there was more to offer in that mode.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
If you played event mode in like Melee or Brawl or even Smash 4, you could go back, you could replay the events, but each event was different because there were side effects on you, but the enemies, it always had a gimmick, kind of like the spirits did with World of Light. But I found myself playing against Donkey Kong like 90 times with like just a different spirit thrown in.
Okay.
And it was just a little too repetitive for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. And there was honestly this one particular spirit fight that I had in World of Light where I forget what it was, but it was with all these certain characters, like all the same characters just being thrown at you at once. And it was the most annoying crap ever. Like, that's the thing. When the game first launched, I honestly thought that some of these spirit fights were broken. Because there was just like, how am I supposed to actually defend myself against this? But it is cool in World of Light how you can actually level up your spirits and kind of just like, build your team power, so to speak, to, have a better chance of actually beating those spirits. And when you actually beat those spirits, it does pay off pretty well. And then you can use those spirits for later future battles. So that part of it was cool. But again, those fights were aggravating.
I did like how you could mix and match some spirits to make some crazy combos. I remember taking a lot of like flame damage and projectile spirits for my Olimar at one point, and he was a beast. Olimar was unstoppable. I was like one-shotting people. But some of the fights too, where like the floor was electrified or like it would make you sleep, I felt like those fights were just underwhelming because it was just a regular fight with a stage hazard thrown in that I could just nullify by using one spirit.
I gotcha.
So you basically just gave me a regular fight. There was nothing special to it.
Right.
So Worldlight was still good, but definitely had some problems that could have been worked out.
Definitely.
So we've seen a jump from Smash 4's casual scene, which still had a competitive scene, but Smash 4 was built more of a casual game. Sakurai, the director of Smash Bros. Ultimate, definitely saw that this game was meant to be competitive. He's seen the Melee scene and how big and how long that lasted, and the love that went into that community, and how many techniques and the game has changed ever since Melee and what has happened in Melee. He definitely saw that this was a game people wanted to be competitive, but casual too.
Okay.
So he brought back directional air dodging, staling in your dodging, like spot dodges. If you dodge too many times, it starts to get stale and you run out of iframes.
Okay.
And it makes it less viable to keep spot dodging.
Okay. So that's kind of makes it just a little bit harder to hit?
Yeah,
essentially?
For sure.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I wasn't really too big into the competitive scene when it came down to Smash. Well, recently getting back into Smash, I should say, rather. I've seen various Twitch streamers, do tournaments or just host live streams and what have you. Those are really fun to watch. I've seen one person using Zero Suit Samus, and that's kind of like how I kind of wanted to play Zero Suit Samus to begin with. Try to hit those combos and move the way they moved. It's kind of cool how you get to watch someone else kind of play a character and then just kind of learn things from them, and then apply it to your own play style. I really like that about Smash. I've hosted my own tournament as well, but it was more like a friendly, tournament amongst friends, so I haven't really done a serious tournament locally or anything, but I would like to eventually. But the tournament that I had with friends, that was probably one of the funnest moments that I've ever had in gaming, so.
For sure. I've definitely been to a few locals around where I live, and I've got to say, just even going, I get destroyed.
Right.
Like, I'm really good with my friends, but these guys are on a whole different level.
Right.
But seeing some of the techniques they use and some of the combos they pull off is crazy, and it inspires me to play my characters better and kind of like learn from them as well. So the growing competitive scene, I think, is really good for everybody. It's good for newcomers to come in and see that this isn't a game you can only play casually.
Right.
You can grow into this beast of a player using your character.
Yeah. I mean, I used to get, I know I shouldn't get mad when I play Smash, but it has happened.
I get mad too.
Yeah, it has happened, and my friends would get kind of pissed at me because of the fact that I would get mad, because I'm very competitive as a person, but then eventually I would grow out of that habit the more I would use a certain character, and once I got better with that character, then you see these friends who I play with, they're actually, saying that, you're actually getting really better with this character, keep it up and whatnot. And by the time the second tournament comes around, that we do, it's like we're enemies, so to speak, we're rivals, and we're going at each other's throats and whatnot. But it's cool, So while, yes, Smash can be very daunting at first, I think, it is accessible to newcomers, like you said, and just to see kind of that growth as you play more with a certain character, like you can actually do some really sick stuff. It just really just depends on how you play.
I totally agree with that too. It's huge in. Have you played the online for it yet?
Yes. Just a few
matches. So you know how Global Smash Power works. So basically in Smash Ultimate, there is this mechanic in the online system where if you win games, you move up in the rankings, and if you lose, you go down. So I think that's really good for placing players too. If you're a new player, you'll lose those first few games, understandably, because you'll be playing against better people, but then you'll fall into a place where you can win games and you start to see yourself get better. And those players who are above the curve get to play against players like them, giving them a challenge still, as opposed to pub stomping lower players.
Right. So, at the end of the day, just gotta train hard.
Always.
Always.
So we have a lot of newcomers coming to Smash Ultimate. We have the
Yes.
Belmonts, we have Incineroar, we have Piranha Plant. Even though he's from Mario, he's still a newcomer.
Yes. I like Piranha Plant personally.
No, I like Piranha Plant too. I think he's actually a really good character
Yeah.
for like what he is.
Right.
And Joker was announced about a month ago from Persona 5, and we still have 3 or 4 more fighters on the way in Fighters Pass 1.
Mm.
So, Miles, who do you want to see as a newcomer? Doesn't matter what game, what series, how old, how new, who do you want to see in Smash Ultimate?
Me, personally, I know it seems a little bit far-fetched, I guess, from the community, but at the same time, it really doesn't, and that is Sora from Kingdom Hearts to come and Smash. Honestly, I think Sora would actually be a pretty cool addition to Smash. I mean, just wielding the Keyblade that he has as his iconic weapon.
Mhm.
Maybe you can have, Kingdom Hearts or Destiny Islands as a sort of like map from the series or a battle arena rather, and Kingdom Hearts has a lot of iconic music too, so I'm sure they would be able to get like a notable soundtrack, like I don't know, Simple and Clean or something like that, to play as you fight along. But yeah, I could definitely see Sora in Smash. It just depends really about execution, and I think there was honestly a few rumors going around that he could actually make a possibility in Smash. At the moment, we're just waiting for those, I guess, rumored leaks to actually come out into fruition. But then again, there's always been a lot of rumored leaks when it comes to Smash when stuff would get announced, but it wouldn't happen, so to speak. But some characters do. But also another character that I think would be a pretty cool addition would be Chrono from Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Because that actually was by Nintendo as well. So I honestly, I don't know too much about the character, but I do think that Chrono has a pretty cool playing style that could be implemented in Smash. But I don't want it to be on the same level as the Fire Emblem characters. Because if anything, Chrono's just going to be another sword fighter, and I think we have enough sword fighters in Smash.
Whenever you say Keyblade or Sword Fighter, anybody who uses a sword,
Yeah.
first thing you think of is how are they going to be different from Fire Emblem?
Exactly.
Because Fire Emblem characters dominate the sword character category.
Yeah.
God, man, my newcomer, I really want an indie rep, and the moment I saw Shovel Knight be an assist trophy,
Yeah.
I was so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Because Shovel Knight is such a good indie game. It has had, I think, like 3 DLCs now, and I think they're making a 4th one too. That is the indie that keeps on giving and keeps on coming back with new content.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just great every single time. And there's so much you could have done with Shovel Knight, and it makes me so sad he's an assist trophy.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is pretty sad that you see as an assist trophy or just a spirit in general. It's like now you know for a fact they're most likely not going to come as a character. I mean, look what happened to Waluigi.
And Shadow too.
Yes, and Shadow.
When Sakurai said, when he brought out the whole idea of the Echo Fighters, like considering Lucina an Echo as a Marth,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Shadow. Shadow's gotta be an Echo of like Sonic, right?
Mm-hmm.
I definitely thought he was gonna be like an Echo of Sonic. He was gonna be more like Mewtwo. He was gonna be kind of floaty, a little slower,
Right.
more ranged attacks, but no.
Yeah.
But
It's unfortunate.
for my newcomer, I really, really want an indie rep. I definitely think repping the indie scene would be great, considering the eShop is getting more indie games, Minecraft being a notable one, but they do have, Shovel Knight. I think Ori is coming to the Nintendo eShop too, but sadly Ori is taken by Rivals of Ether, so we can't have Ori either, even though that would have been a really good one.
Dang.
But as far-fetched as it is,
Yeah.
Sakurai keeps tweeting about Undertale, and
I heard about this.
I'm, as much as it's a meme, I think Sans is getting in. I think Sans is gonna be a newcomer at some point.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way he's not. Sakurai loves Undertale. He tweets about it all the time. I think the art style would fit well. Even his goofy, just kind of skeleton design would fit in with the Smash roster as well. Like looking at Ness, Pac-Man, Villager, Mega Man, even expressive as like how Wario is,
Right.
and some of the Pokemon, or you can go like really realistic with like Ryu.
Mm-hmm.
I think he would fit well in the art style we have now, and all like he has plenty of attacks too, plenty of attacks from the fight in Undertale,
Mm-hmm.
and even just some like goof attacks and his taunts too,
Yeah.
like just from his laugh to like his eye going like flaring, would be good.
So like Anthony said, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is probably the best package of Super Smash Bros. You can have access to, whether you be a new fan of the franchise or a veteran. This game is well worth the buck, and it's just a ton of fun, and that's how these games should be played, just by having fun with your friends and family, and that's about it. So with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one.